Hi guys, class is back in session at Platt College where I teach the audio for film class, and so I thought it would be fun today to talk about some common sound effects in film. So, there are some sound effects that seem to be used over and over in film. Some people find this very bothersome and they'll curse these sound effects, and some people think of them more like an old friend that they enjoy spotting in a film. But whatever your feelings about them, it won't hurt to familiarize yourself with them. After all, if you're doing any sort of sound design, it's good to know if you're about to do something that some people might consider cliche, and it's good to know some of the tools of the trade, so to speak. So I'm just going to show you guys the first 5 that I tend to think of when I think about frequently used or cliche sound effects in film. Okay, so the first one that I always think of is the Gabriels Horn sound. I kind of like this one and enjoy spotting it in films and in trailers. So I've heard the Gabriels Horn sound called other things like the blah sound, but I like calling it the Gabriels Horn sound because it alludes to the history of the sound effect. So what exactly is it? Well, the Gabriels Horn sound is usually used to indicate that something ominous is looming or something destructive or bad is about to happen. And unlike some of the other sounds on this list, it's not a specific sound effect, so it often sounds a little different each time that you hear it. But it just sounds like a big horn playing a single long note one at a time, and there's often a lot of bass to it. The name is actually a biblical reference since the archangel Gabriel is said to have a horn that he will blow to announce Judgment Day. So if we were to hear the angel Gabriel play his horn, we would know that Judgment Day is coming, or judgment is looming, the end of the world is looming. So similarly, when sound designers add Gabriel's horn sound to a film, they are often using it to signify that someone is looming or something disruptive and big is about to happen. Okay, number 2 is the red-tailed hawk sound. You often hear the sound paired with an eagle on the screen, but that distinctive eagle scream that we hear and recognize so well is actually not an eagle at all. Sound designers started using the red-tailed hawk scream instead of the bird that's on the screen because it sounds more impressive than a lot of eagle screams. The bald eagle, for example, makes a high-pitched kind of cute and squeaky call, and that simply won't do if we are trying to build an impressive scene with an eagle soaring. So we use the red-tailed hawk sound because red-tailed hawks sound more badass. And number 3 is the Wilhelm Scream. So you might not have heard of this one yet, but you've definitely heard it used in films. This one is a specific sound effect, a stock sound effect, that's been used in hundreds and hundreds of films. It's usually used when someone gets hurt somehow, so they fall from a height or get shot or something like that. It's actually become a joke with a lot of sound designers, since some sound designers will try to fit it into their film as a sort of Easter egg or a joke. It was originally recorded as a sound effect for the film Distant Drums in 1951. There are actually 6 different takes of this scream that they recorded, and 3 of them tend to be used commonly today, and all of them are referred to as the Wilhelm Scream by sound designers. When this series of screams was recorded for Distant Drums, it was actually labeled Man Getting Bit by an Alligator and He Screamed. And it's kind of funny to note that its name doesn't come from its origins in Distant Drums at all. It got its name, the Wilhelm Scream, from a character named Private Wilhelm in the 1953 Western film titled The Charge at Feather River. Now, we aren't entirely sure who the voice actor was for this sound effect, but people seem to think it was probably the actor and singer Sheb Wooley. Either way, the Wilhelm Scream has found its way into hundreds of films. The famous sound designer Ben Burtt found the original recording and used it in Star Wars for a stormtrooper death, and many people credit his use of it as a catalyst that turned it into a commonly used sound effect. Since then, it's been used in so many films, including multiple Star Wars movies, Over the Hedge, My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic, WALL-E, Up, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, Them, The Green Mile, multiple Toy Story movies, Frozen, Brave, multiple Cars movies, Inglourious Basterds, and the Despicable Me movies, among others. It's definitely become a phenomenon. Okay, and number 4 is similar to the Wilhelm Scream because it's the Howie Scream. The Howie Scream has been called the younger brother of the Wilhelm Scream, and the Howie Scream is another stock sound effect scream that has been used over and over and over in film. While the Wilhelm Scream is a shorter scream, the Howie Scream is a longer, more anguished sounding scream. It's sometimes called the Howie Long Scream and has also been referred to as the TIE Fighter Scream because of its similarity to a sound that was used in Star Wars for the TIE Fighters. It is said to have originated in the 1980 film The Ninth Configuration, where the scream is used when a biker's hand gets crushed while holding a glass. It was originally labeled "Man, gut-wrenching scream," and fall into distance. Just like the Wilhelm Scream, its name doesn't come from its original use. Rather, it got its name from when it was used in a film called Broken Arrow, where Howie Long's character is kicked out of a train car going through the wall of the train car and then falls off a bridge. And finally, number 5 is the Diddy Laugh. Whereas I kind of love the Gabriels Horn sounds, the Diddy Laugh kind of drives me crazy. It's not my favorite. The Diddy Laugh is another stock sound effect, so it's a very specific sound effect. It's the sound of children laughing, and it's super unsettling. It's said to have originally been used in the opening scene of Diddy Kong Racing, although it could have been used before that. It seems like people aren't 100% sure on this one. Diddy Kong Racing is a video game, and I remember playing it as a kid. Diddy Kong was the sidekick character in the Donkey Kong games. But anyway, since its use in Diddy Kong Racing, the Diddy Laugh has been used in a whole bunch of places, including numerous TV commercials, Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Hot Fuzz, StarCraft, The Chernobyl Diaries, My Name is Earl, and a bunch of other places. So that's it. I hope you guys liked this video, and I hope some of this is new and interesting for you guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Also, if you want to learn more, there are whole websites for some of these sounds, where people will post instances of their use in films. Some people have fun spotting and keeping track of these sounds. So I'd recommend Googling those and checking them out if you're interested. Also, I'll put some links in the description to some good books about audio and film and sound effects in general, so check those out too. There are also other sounds like these that I didn't have time to mention today, so maybe I'll do another video sometime where I talk about a few more of these. So let me know if that sounds like something that you'd want to see here on my channel. In the meantime, you can do some Googling if you want to learn more. But anyway, that's all we have time for today, and so that brings us to today's question. I want to know, what movies do you think have the best sound design and why? Please leave your answers in the comments below. Also, if you like this video, please hit the little like button, share the video, or subscribe to my channel. I'll be coming out with new videos every other Wednesday, and thanks for watching. Okay.